High above the mountains, where the wind howled through the clouds, there lived a young eagle named Arion. From the moment he was born, Arion dreamed of becoming the strongest eagle in the sky. Every morning, he watched the older eagles fly high above the mountains. They glided through storms, hunted with perfect speed, and soared higher than the clouds. Arion admired them deeply. One day, he asked his mother, "How do I become strong like them?" His mother looked at him calmly and said, "Strength does not come from comfort. It comes from patience, practice, and courage." Arion decided that day he would train harder than any eagle. But the other young birds laughed at him. A crow mocked him, "Why train so much? Just fly and enjoy the sky." A parrot said, "You are too small to become a great eagle." Even some young eagles preferred to play instead of practicing. But Arion didn't stop. Every morning before sunrise, when the sky was still dark, he flew alone over the cold mountains. The wind was strong. Sometimes it pushed him backward. Sometimes the rain soaked his feathers. Sometimes he fell onto the rocky ground, tired and weak. But each time he whispered to himself, "Just one more try." Day after day, he practiced flying higher. He practiced diving faster. He practiced carrying heavy branches with his claws to make them stronger. The other birds continued to laugh. "Look at Arion," they said, "always working, never relaxing." But Arion didn't answer them. He just kept training. Seasons passed. Winter came with icy winds. Many birds stayed hidden in their nests to stay warm. But Arion still flew every morning. His wings grew stronger, his eyes became sharper, his body became faster. One day, a huge storm came to the mountains. Dark clouds covered the sky, strong winds shook the trees, rain poured heavily. The animals in the valley were frightened. Suddenly, a small rabbit became trapped on a narrow cliff. The wind was too strong, and the rabbit was too scared to move. The birds gathered in the trees. "No one can fly in this storm," a pigeon said. "It's too dangerous," said another bird. But Arion looked at the cliff. He remembered all the days he had trained in strong winds and cold rain. Slowly, he spread his powerful wings. "I will try," he said. The other birds were shocked. "You will fall," the crow shouted. But Arion flew into the storm. The wind pushed him violently, but his wings were strong. The rain hit his feathers, but he kept flying. Higher and higher he went, fighting the storm. Finally, he reached the cliff. The frightened rabbit looked at him with hope. "Hold on," Arion said gently. Carefully, he lifted the rabbit with his strong claws and began flying back. The storm roared, but Arion did not give up. After a difficult flight, he finally reached the safe valley. The animals cheered with joy. The crow, the parrot, and the other birds stared at him in silence. They finally understood something important. All those mornings, all that training, all that patience, it had made Arion strong when it truly mattered. From that day on, the animals of the mountains called him the Storm Eagle. And when young birds asked how to become strong, the older animals told them Arion's story. Because real strength is not built in easy days. It is built in the quiet moments when someone chooses to keep going, even when no one believes in them. Moral of the story: hard work and patience in difficult times will prepare you for the moment when your strength is needed the most.